Now we're rolling on here. The kickoff presented by Ram Trucks. Heather Dinich staying with us. We just talked about Jed Fish. Probably he gets a B+ or an A if we're assigning grades. And maybe that
grader.
Well, maybe it inspired us, right? We're like halfway through the season. Maybe this is midterm time.
Look at that.
Midterm grades for other first-year coaches. Heather Dinich is kind of the adult in the room.
Correct.
If we're being honest, even though we're far older than she is. We're aging like bread. She's aging like wine.
It's Miss Dinich to you?
Ms.
Yeah.
Ms?
Mrs. Dinich to you?
Mrs. Dinich? I'm not sure. But either way, we're going to start with Curt Cignetti on the opposite sideline of Jed Fish. What grade are we giving Cignetti in his first year at Indiana?
It has to be A+. They're undefeated. They're scoring over 40 points in every game, winning by double digits, haven't trailed yet. A+.
When was the last time you saw one of those on your papers?
The last time I saw one of those was the last time I saw one of those.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Yeah, like never's a time.
Well, Jim?
Never's a time. Jim, I said you wrote papers for gym class? Come on, dude, get it together. Manny Diaz. So not long ago, Heather, from where we stand right now, Manny Diaz was editing video. He used to work here at ESPN. He was a production assistant, worked his way up. Now he's got a real grown-up job. He's there at Duke. You see the bona fides. They're 6-1, 2-1 in the conference. And of course, this defensive ace has the top-ranked defense in the ACC. What grade are we giving Coach Diaz in Durham?
He gets an A, and a lot of it is because of that defense that you mentioned. He's continued that. Elko started it. He's made it great. And by the way, historic first win for the program against Florida State. I don't care that Florida State's in shambles. It's the first one. He did it. It's going down in history. So A for Diaz.
And also inspiring that Manny Diaz can be somebody who held things down here in Bristol.
Yeah.
And that inspires us that maybe one day you and I can make something of ourselves, Randy.
Well, maybe do we need a Peaky Blinders haircut to do that? Because he's changed his flow.
The hairline is amazing.
When he was down in Miami, the hairline's undefeated. I'm insanely jealous of that. But to go white wall on the sides and then keep it long on top and sweep it over with the box chain, it's all coming together.
Well, as one does.
I love a box chain.
You do love a box chain because you are wearing one right now, so you have a lot in common with Coach.
Absolutely. Yes. No, 100%. Let's go from Diaz to Elko. We'll kind of keep the Duke ties that bind. Coach Elko now down in College Station with the Aggies.
Look at this
They've won 6 straight. Out of the gates, they fall to Notre Dame. But ever since then, they're a wagon. Now they're favored against LSU tomorrow. What grade are we giving the man at the helm of the 14th-ranked Aggies?
Gonna give him an A because who would have thought, guys, that we are talking about the winner of this game taking the lead in the SEC standings? Not me. So I think he's done a terrific job. He is a fantastic coach. My only concern with Texas A&M is turnovers. Connor Wegman, can they not make mistakes against this LSU defense?
Based off of the way that Mrs. Dinich is handing out grades, I would have loved to be a pupil.
Please don't call me that.
The way that Heather is handing out these grades, I would certainly would have loved to be a pupil in one of her classrooms.
Yeah, she's a gentle grader.
Just kind of like a, hey, you showed up.
Yeah, they call her Professor High Def, right? HD.
That's correct.
She told us not to call her Mrs. Dinich.
That's
correct.
Okay, let's see if we can get off of this A train for just a moment. Let's get a little more critical. Okay, I need everybody to put on their negative hats for just a moment.
Sure.
Let's go down to Tuscaloosa. Kalen DeBoer. And on the one hand, there's so many teams that would kill to be ranked 15th in the country.
Also true.
Be 5-2, but this is Alabama that we're talking about. Heather, what grade are you giving the man at the helm of the Tide?
I'm giving him a C, maybe a C minus, but I'm thinking a C. They're average. This is an average team. And look, we're talking 3 straight weeks turnovers. 3 straight weeks. Jalen Milroe has been sacked a combined 9 times.
9?
And the penalties last week. 15 penalties for 115 yards. So not a playoff team, an average is C.
Whoa, okay, so listen, if Kalen DeBoer is getting a C, this next coach who's about to receive a grade, I mean, I'm guessing he's failing on all merits. Sherrone Moore, Heather Dinich,
what do you think?
Is getting a what?
So I think he gets a C minus. Here's why. Here's why I'm cutting him a little bit of slack. Because remember, they lost everything from last year's national championship, particularly on offense. Their head coach, starting quarterback, yada, yada. List goes on, right? But here's the thing, guys. No excuse for not having a quarterback who can win games at Michigan.
Yes.
Come on.
Period.
They have 6 quarterbacks on their roster, but can any of them play the position?
You know what they say, if you have 6,
you got 6 quarterbacks.
You have none.
And in this case, Sherrone Moore is sort of like a super senior, because I mean, he got 8 games of head coaching experience under his belt
Oh,
last
I thought you were
season.
talking about their quarterback,
When
because
he
their quarterback's been there about 8 years.
Also that too.
Yeah.
And one of these days they're going to figure it out.
A lot of people go to college for 7 years. They're called doctors.
They are called doctors.
Heather, I want to get to the last one, and he's got perhaps the Heisman Trophy winner on his team, Spencer Danielson.
Come on.
Out at Boise State. They're 15th in the country. Only have the one loss. It was snug. It was to Oregon. What grade are you giving him?
This dude gets an A. He is a
Back to the
terrific
A's.
young coach. I've had the chance to get to know him a little bit, and you're right. On the road against Oregon is arguably the best loss in the country, especially after Oregon beat Ohio State. They needed a field goal. So let's see what happens tonight, though, guys. Huge monster game at UNLV that will determine not only the leader in the Mountain West Conference, but who in that conference and nationally takes center stage for the group of 5 in the college football playoff race.
Ashton Jeanty may run for about 300 yards,
In
5
the
touchdowns
in the first half.
in that Vegas dome there at Allegiant Stadium. We'll see how it shakes down. So we're back to A's. So we got A's, A pluses. Then we stopped down for
Couple
a couple of
C's,
C's, and now we're back with A's.
Sure.
We compliment sandwich the coaches there, Heather Dinich. We appreciate it. Not Mrs. Dinich, just H-bomb. We're working on it.
She's a cool teacher.
Yeah.
She's the cool teacher.
That's exactly right. She's not like the regular teacher.
Can I go to the
Full-size
bathroom? I
candy
don't know.
bar.
Can you?
Full-size.
Thanks, Heather.